Hi, I'm Lisa Doyle with Serena Real Estate here in our beautiful East Bay. Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to our kind of beginning of the year update, right? I wanted to give everyone a sense of what's going on with the market. The million-dollar question is, are we going to see a decline in 2023 as far as real estate's concerned? That is a very good question, and I don't have any exact crystal ball on this, but I'm going to give you guys a little sense, at least what I'm thinking based on past experience and what we're seeing in the current market. But before I tell you whether the market's going to fall or not, I want to give you guys a little current data. So the big question that we had was last year, super hot market in the beginning of 2022, unprecedented hot market, more than I've ever seen in my 35 years in real estate. The first half of 22, everyone knows that. Second half of the year, all over the country, we saw an adjustment of time, right? We were normalizing, interest rates rose, the markets were softer. Right now, pretty stable here in our East Bay. But I want to give you guys some numbers. Everyone asks me, what's the comparison between 2022 and 2021 numbers? I'm going to give you guys some data, and then I want to talk about what we think is going to happen this next year. So it's interesting. In 2021, in our East Bay, there were 11,386 houses that sold. That was probably the most active, as far as I've run data. That's the most houses that have ever sold, ever, in 1 year in our East Bay. And the East Bay is basically Livermore all the way down to 580, 680 all the way to Martinez, up and down the La Miranda clip, like the 24, all the way to Clayton. So it's a pretty big circle. 11,386. In 2022, there were 7,961. Obviously a lot less home sales, partly because prices were higher, less people could afford, but partly because we became more normal. So again, 7,961. And that was actually lower than what we saw in 2020 as well. So right now, just to give you guys a sense of, I always like to compare what is active and what is pending. It gives you guys a chance to really analyze supply and demand, right? Right now, in our East Bay, there's 457 houses active. There are 208 pending. So that would be considered a normal market. Back when the market was hot in 2022 and prior, there wasn't any city that had less pending than active. And so we were double the amount of pending than active, obviously a hot market that was rising, and we have normalized. So to give you my opinion about this year actually, Happy New Year, 23, what's going to happen with prices? I think that we're going to be stable. No crystal ball, but everything that we're seeing in the market right now is stable. I mean, houses that we are selling in the last 2 months, every house we've been selling in that 30 days or less, we're seeing good activity, not the hot that we saw. Don't anticipate 20 offers, but stable, right? Houses are selling. And again, inventory is still fairly low. I mean, give you guys some perspective. Back in 2019, we had over 1,000 houses for sale in the beginning of 2019. Right now we have 457. So market's stable. I think we might see a little bit of a normalizing continue the first half of the year, maybe. Depends on what happens with interest rates. But everywhere across the country, like for instance, the East Bay, we have such tremendous, we're fortunate that we have huge demand that comes from places like the South Bay. We still are constantly seeing buyers moving from the South Bay to the East Bay because of schools. We have award-winning schools. We have better housing as far as you get more house for the money. Prices are less. So we're always going to see that bit of market coming from that area. I think areas like our area will see less adjustment than the rest of the country might see. So for instance, across the Midwest, places where they don't see that influx of buyers coming in, you're likely to see more softening across the country. But as far as the East Bay, I think we're going to be stable. I think that as soon as interest rates fall, look out. I think demand will increase and you're going to miss out on your chance to buy a house. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, no crystal ball, but you never can time the market perfect. You know, you're going to buy towards the bottom. As soon as it hits bottom, the only way you know it hits bottom is once it's risen again. So as soon as rates fall, all of those people that were trying so hard to buy a house last year that quit and gave up, they're all going to jump back into the market potentially. So I would say home sellers, it's a good time. Demand is good. Buyer demand is high, still strong. As far as buyers are concerned, jump in. If rates fall, when they do, we know they will, you can always refinance. So again, I think we're looking at stable. We'll see. I'll keep you guys posted as the months progress. But if you have any questions or your personal circumstance, call me anytime. My name again is Lisa Doyle. Look so forward to seeing with you guys. Again, Happy New Year. Take care. Stay well.